Okay, let's dive into this. What if I told you that a game played by kids with wooden sticks out in the sheep fields of English villages somehow transformed into the world's second most popular sport? Honestly, it sounds completely made up, like a Hollywood script, right? But it's actually 100% true. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unravel the absolute roller coaster that is the global evolution of cricket. 2.5 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. Today, cricket pulls in an audience of over 2.5 billion viewers around the globe. We aren't just talking about some casual weekend pastime here. We are looking at an absolute juggernaut of an industry. It's so massive and honestly so lucrative that it literally has the power to create billionaires overnight. And you can literally see that passion in the real world. Imagine packing over 100,000 roaring fans into these colossal state-of-the-art stadiums. That kind of energy, it turns everyday players into larger-than-life national heroes. But to really get how we ended up with these massive arenas, we've got to look back. Because, as you'll see throughout this explainer, getting here wasn't just a smooth upward climb. It's a story packed with wars, unbelievable revolutions, and some pretty intense scandals that changed the sports world forever. Let's move to and see how this builds with Chapter 1, From Villages to the World. To wrap our heads around this multi-billion-dollar empire, we have to travel back a bit in time. More than 400 years ago, cricket was literally just kids hitting a ball with wooden sticks in the peaceful countryside of southern England. No one, absolutely no one, could have predicted what it would become. But fast forward to the early 1700s, and it just catches fire, becoming England's absolute favorite summer sport. Then, right around the mid-1700s, we hit a massive turning point. Local nobles started sponsoring teams. Why does that matter? Well, because it created the very first professional players. For the first time ever, real money entered the chat, and the game was never, ever the same again. Moving right along to Chapter 2, The Empire's Double-Edged Sword. So, how exactly did an English summer game take over the world? The short answer is the expanding British Empire. As they expanded their reach globally, they didn't just bring soldiers and governance, they brought their favorite sport. They introduced cricket to places like India, Australia, South Africa, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, and the Caribbean. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the wildest historical ironies in sports. The British Empire basically used cricket as a tool for expansion and cultural control. But the colonies? They totally flipped the script. For them, it became a powerful weapon of pride and independence. Because for the colonized people, beating the rulers meant so much more than just putting numbers on a scoreboard. It was a profound symbol of freedom. It was a massive statement of national identity. When these colonial teams started to actually beat England at their own game, it marked the very first major global power shift in the sport. It proved that cricket didn't just belong to its creators anymore. Which tees us up perfectly for Chapter 3. India changes the game. For decades, even as the game spread globally, the absolute highest levels of cricket were heavily dominated by just two countries, England and Australia. They basically ran the show. But then came 1983, the World Cup final. Kapil Dev and the Indian squad pulled off what literally everyone thought was impossible. They completely shocked the mighty West Indies. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw it coming. And that single jaw-dropping upset did something truly magical. It inspired millions and millions of kids across India to pick up a bat for the first time. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer financial ripple effect of that 1983 victory. It was off the charts. Within just a single generation, India exploded into cricket's biggest market. To put it in perspective, today, India generates the vast majority of all global cricket revenue. They completely dwarf the rest of the world combined. And sitting right at the center of all that money is the BCCI, the Board of Control for Cricket in India. Because of their massive financial dominance, they are now one of the wealthiest sports organizations on the entire planet. Their unmatched wealth and influence have absolutely cemented India as the undisputed heavyweight controlling modern global cricket. With all that financial power concentrated in one place, the stage was set for a massive commercial revolution. Chapter 4. The billion-dollar IPL. Think back to 2008. This was the exact moment cricket essentially went Hollywood. The Indian Premier League, or IPL, took inspiration from other major pro sports leagues and created the ultimate entertainment formula. They rolled out this lightning-fast format that instantly hooked a massive new audience. Then, they did something crazy. They put global talent from rival countries on the exact same teams and introduced these wild, high-stakes, million-dollar player auctions. This brilliant formula made guys global superstars overnight and sent television rates straight through the roof. Because of this, the IPL is now one of the richest sporting leagues on the planet, with some individual franchises worth billions of dollars, watched by millions globally. But look, to truly understand the evolution of this sport, we can't ignore the rough patches. Chapter 5: Dark Days and Tech Fixes. With billions of dollars suddenly flooding into the game, cricket hit some seriously dark times. Fans started watching matches and genuinely wondering, wait, is this victory actually real? The sport was rocked by massive controversies: match fixing, spot fixing, ball tampering, illegal betting rings, the whole 9 yards. These weren't just tiny slip-ups, these were huge scandals that triggered investigations into some of the sport's biggest, most beloved stars. The very integrity of the game was on the line, and that sacred trust between the players and those 2.5 billion fans was really starting to fracture. So the crucial point is that every single crisis forced the sport to evolve just to survive. To win back fan trust, cricket leaned heavily into strict, cutting-edge tech solutions. They introduced the Decision Review System, or DRS. They brought in audio tech like Ultra Edge, visual ball tracking to take human error out of the equation, and created much stricter anti-corruption units. It was a powerful reminder that when its very survival was threatened, cricket could step up and self-correct. Having weathered those storms, the sport is looking firmly ahead. Chapter 6: The Future of Cricket. Right now, as we speak, cricket is evolving faster than it has at any point in its 400-year history. We've got AI analyzing literally every single ball bowled, smart stadiums are totally transforming the live fan experience, and it's not just tech. Women's cricket is absolutely exploding right now, shattering long-standing attendance and TV records, bringing a huge, passionate new audience to the game. Plus, the sport is aggressively pushing into brand new global markets, with fresh leagues popping up in America, the Middle East, and Europe. Seriously, a lot of experts are looking at these trends and saying cricket might just become the absolute top global sport. The next revolution is already underway. But as we wrap up this explainer, let's take a step back and remember the core of what this sport actually is. Sure, it started as a simple village pastime. And yes, it has survived deep political chaos, brutal wars, and massive scandals to transform into this multi-billion-dollar beast. But despite all the money, the tech, and the politics, the simple sound of a bat hitting a ball still has the power to unite millions. Because for billions of people out there, cricket isn't just a game, it is a pure emotion. Which leaves us with one final, fascinating thought for you to ponder today. Looking at this incredible 400-year ride, from the sheep fields of England to the billion-dollar stadiums of India and beyond, where will cricket conquer next? It's a question that keeps fans, players, and experts alike completely guessing. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on the pitch to see where the sport goes from here.